Hello coders, welcome to CSC 110 Introduction to Computer Science. Let's get going and write our very first program. To start with, I have NetBeans up. That's the IDE we're going to use for writing code in this class most of the time. And then I have the slides from chapter 2, just so we have something to go by. So in the slides, it kind of gets us going on writing a program, and it talks about the parts of a program. And I want you to read through these, but this is what we really want to get to. When you're writing a program, you start with something like this. This is a comment. It starts with 2 slashes. This is something that's ignored by the program, but we're going to write a lot of those. This right here is the basic structure of a program. Public class simple is the name of the program we're going to run. Public means everybody gets access to it. Class means that it's a blueprint for a program. Simple is the name. Curly brackets, those are begin and end. So let's just start right there and write our program. I need you to go up to File in NetBeans and do a new project. In new project, make sure it's Java, Java application, and click Next. Up here where it says project name, type Hello World. Now we should be finished at that point, so we're going to click Finish. It should pull up the screen. If it doesn't, come see us during lab, we can figure it out. It has a lot of stuff right here, but to be absolutely honest, the first time running through this, I want us to start from scratch. So I want you to delete everything but where it says package. So this is where we're going to get. Package is something that's used by NetBeans to just store information. So let's write our program. What we're going to do is write public class hello world. And then we're going to put our curly brackets. Public class hello world. Look at the capitalization hello world. It has to match your name. And I didn't mention that in the beginning. I should have. When you create your class, capital H, capital W. It's public class hello world. This is where we begin. Within that, you notice when I hit enter, it indents for me. We do public static void main string args, and then I hit enter again. You'll find if you learn, it will type right over that when you get to the end. You'll get practice with that. So here we are. That's our fundamental structure. Public class hello world. That's the program we're going to write. Public static means there's only one. We're going to learn about this later on. Void main, that's the starting point. That's our main method. We'll learn about that too. And this stuff we'll get to further on in the class. But this is our beginning structure to write a program. If I go to the slides and go to the next, they have a description here. Method header. This is the method header, has all kinds of stuff. Method body, this is where we put all our logic. Notice it's got the curly brackets right there. So for our program, system.out.println, and then in double quotes, we type hello world. That's where we start. In almost any language, the first thing you do is write a hello world program. See if you have this right here. Package hello world, public class hello world. Make sure your capitalization matches. Public static void main, system.out.println hello world. Let's see if it works. Right up here, you see a little green arrow. If you click on this, you should get an output window right here. And it should say hello world. That's kind of exciting, okay? If it doesn't, you can always go up to window and make sure that your output's selected, and that hopefully will make it show up. We're not quite done with our program though. We have to document it. You always put your name on something you're going to turn in. Go up here and do /** and hit enter. It's going to put in some information for you. Description. My very first Java program for CSC 110. Here you put your name, okay? William Meacham. Notice this comment. It starts with /**, ends with */. That's one way to put notes into your document that the compiler will ignore. All right. There's a couple other ways to do it. Here's one right here. //. This is the main method where everything starts. The final way to do it, I'm going to put it down here just to show you, is you can do /* Here is multiple lines of comments that should be ignored. Notice they're all in gray. Starts with slash star, star slash. There's a subtle difference between these two that you'll learn about in class. But let's go ahead and get rid of this one. All right. So now we have our very first program, and it prints out one line. In your first project, you're going to have to tell me information about yourself. So we'll do this, system.out.println name, colon, William Meacham. All right, everything ends in a semicolon. That means that it is the end of that statement. If I look at my slides, it talks about a statement. System.out.println, programming is great fun, ends at a semicolon. Okay, in the slide, it talks about comments, lines ignored by the compiler, class header, curly braces, parts of a program, the main method. I want you to read through those. Java statements, gives an example and explains them clearly. Okay, and then it talks about some other parts of the program. But let's go back to writing our code. You guys can read through this. All right. So now, what if we want to go and put in a really, really long line? System.out.println joke. You have to tell me a joke. Okay. How do you hide an elephant in a cherry tree? Well, we have a problem here. This is something I want. Those are my dogs barking. We have to worry about this. This is called the red line of death for me. If you turn any program in and you go past that, then you're going to lose points, and we don't want to do that. So we have options here, okay? I mean, to run, let's go ahead and run it. Run, there it is. Hello world, name William Meacham, joke, how do you hide an elephant in a cherry tree? This statement runs on one line. I want it to span two. So there's a couple ways that we can do this. The first one is how do you hide an, and then I go ahead and end it. And then I do system.out.println elephant in a cherry tree. Let's see if that works. If I click that, I get hello world, William Meacham, how do you hide an elephant in a cherry tree? That works, but I don't want it to go across two lines. So this is something that's very subtle again. Look at this. If I do just print, print doesn't take it back to the beginning of the line. That allows us to take things and extend it. So if I run this, I get hello world, William Meacham, how do you hide an elephant in a cherry tree? Ah, it's all across one line. That's good. Let's do the answer, because I want to show you a different method as well. System.out.println, you paint his toenails red. Okay, that one right there. Let's make it really long so we have to worry about it. I bet that is the best joke ever. All right, so now it's going across the red line of death. I don't want that. There's a shortcut. And watch what it does. If I click right there, maybe right there, and I hit enter, NetBeans does something for me. What it does is it does one statement. Right here it has curly brackets, curly brackets. This now becomes concatenation. So the plus sign says take this string right here and attach it to this string right here and print it all on one line. Let's see if it works. If I run it, I get hello world, name William Meacham, joke, how do you hide an elephant in a cherry tree? You paint his toenails red. Bet that's the best joke ever in my own mind. So this is really just how you create a basic program. You always make sure your indentation stays as it should. Okay, you always get rid of any extra lines so that it's not too extended. Okay, so there's your first program.